I mean, forget that you were the youngest to participate, but you were also the only female to participate in certain events,
Yes.
right? I mean, those are two things that, I mean, I call myself young, but when I look at you, you're very young. And good afternoon from India. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have with me Aliqqa Noverry, a famous skateboarder. You're going to tell us more about yourself, of course, but thanks for joining the Prodigy Talks of the Global Child Prodigy Awards.
Thank you too for having me today.
Very well. Aliqqa, so just tell us a little about you. Where are you from and where are you talking from now? I think this is home for you. So just tell us a little about yourself for the audience to know. And we are live across the world, so you can say hello to them.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Kevin. I am from Jakarta, Indonesia, but I am right now at my new home at Tokyo, Japan.
Very well. So this is from Tokyo, please. Yeah.
So.
Yes, Aliqqa, just feel free to talk freely. No problem at all.
Okay, so of course, yes, my name is Aliqqa Noverry. I am a skateboarder. I am 11 years old. I am right now studying at 6th grade elementary school.
Lovely. Thanks for that. So you're from Jakarta, but now you're in Tokyo.
Yes.
Just give us an understanding. I mean, the whole world has been going through a lot of, the whole, the whole coronavirus has taken us by storm. So you're in Tokyo where the Olympics should have happened.
Yes.
So did you, yeah.
So last year, I think around November, my father got a promotion to go and work here in Japan, and his workplace offered him that we can live here too. So exactly February this year, we all moved here to Japan, and we have been here since then.
Very well. So this is new for you. How was it for you moving from Jakarta to Tokyo?
Well, the environment is very different. Of course, there is a little bit of a language barrier here, but I guess I really like it here because the weather is just very great, and it's very safe here, I guess. And I think right here, I can really just go anywhere by myself with no worries.
Yeah.
In Jakarta, it's a little bit dangerous, I guess, to go out by yourself. But yeah, it's been very fun here.
So lovely. So I know we just got off because the moment you said Jakarta and Tokyo, I just wanted to understand as to where you are and all that. So you're just 11 years old, right?
Yes.
So when did you start skating or skateboarding? What would you like to call yourself? You're a skater or a skateboarder?
Just skater, maybe, yes.
Yeah. So when did you start skating?
I think exactly a month before I turned 7 years old, but I can qualify it as 7 years old. So.
So that's about 4 years.
Yes, 4 years, exactly.
And this was back in Jakarta or anywhere else in India that you started skating?
Back in Jakarta, at my home at Jakarta, yeah.
Lovely. So was this like you started skating from your school activity, or did you have your own interest for skating and then you joined, a coaching session? How did this work? Just tell us how you got about to skating, please.
So I was introduced to skating from my older cousin. His name is Flobo, and at that time he was visiting my house, and I completely wanted to do it, and I kept begging my parents to buy me a skateboard. And at my 7th birthday, my grandparents bought me a skateboard. And after that, my father brought me to a skate park. And then he insisted for me to join a skate school. And then after that, I just went with that skate school. I never changed skate school, actually. That's basically the skate school that was really there to help me in my journey until right now. And without them, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Well, that's a nice thing to say. So your grandparents bought you your first skateboard, right? And then your parents followed up.
Yes.
Very nice of them. So the grandparents still support you in all that you do, I suppose?
Yes, of course.
So just tell us a little about your family. Your father bought you a skateboard, and do you have any siblings? Are you the only child in your family?
I have an older sister. Her
How
name
much
is
older?
Aliqqa. 6 years older than me. Yes.
So she's like a big sister to you.
Yeah, big sister. But we're still very close. She's very fun because right now, since I can't really speak to anybody here, really the only person, really the only person I have by my side right now is my sister and my family.
Yeah, that's very nice. The pandemic has done a lot of good things as well. It's brought families together, and I think that's one of the good things that have come out of this pandemic. So now we know that you're in Japan, and we know your family, and we know how you got into skating, and you've spoken about the skate school. Are you still in touch with the skate school, although you've moved to Japan?
Yeah. Once a week, actually, I still have online classes with my skate school. Yeah, and I still get in contact very well with them because everybody in that skate school are really like my friends and family now. We are very close with each other.
Lovely. Lovely. So let me just get this right. You're 11 years old and you are already a renowned skateboarder, and you participated in the Asian Games 2018, right? How does it
Yeah.
feel? People know you by name.
Of course, at first I was very nervous. But when it came to the time for me to really compete it, I really forgot about my worries because it was just very fun. Everybody there was very kind to me. I met new friends, new people, and the competition was very fun. It was a little intimidating because everybody was so good there, but I still had fun and need to I didn't really had a goal because I was very young. My goal was really to just do my best.
So when did you start competing?
At 7 too, yeah.
So you learned it and then you started competing right away.
Well, not right away, but I had around like 6 or 5 months. Yeah, I think around that long. And then my coach actually told me there was going to have a competition. So I really wanted to compete and I did, but at that time I really didn't knew how it works. So it turns out the competition was in an open category, which is everybody in all age and all genders can compete, and I was
Uh-huh.
basically the young and the only female there competing. And of course I didn't win, but it was still very fun. I get to meet a lot of new people as always. Yeah, a lot of people that were very understanding. They were all, when I didn't know when I was going to do them, they all told me to go first, and they all made me really confident about myself. So
No, that's a very nice thing to have supportive people around. But I mean, forget that you were the youngest to participate, but you were also the only female to participate in certain events,
yes.
right? I mean, those are two things that, I mean, I call myself young, but when I look at you, you're very young and you're doing all these wonderful things. So, which one sort of impresses you more personally, being the youngest or being the only female to participate in all of this?
I think both actually, because they're both actually very pressuring in their own way. But
I'm
I
sure.
guess it's one thing to be proud of, because really you're there and you're different than everybody, and people are all eyes on you. But the great thing, skateboarding is is a very, very good environment. There are very there are a lot of understanding people that will help you when you're feeling nervous. And yeah, of course, my coaches really helped me a lot on that too. They really make me confident every time. They make sure my runs are in a good shape. My runs are like a 45 seconds where you have to
Yeah.
like do tricks all around the skate park. So yeah.
No, I'm glad you brought that up because some people out there wouldn't know what you really, really do. Because when I say skating and I say skateboarding, again, so do you just want to tell all those people out there what do you really do? And it's a 45-second run. You've just said it. How does this entire thing work?
In a 45-second run in each competition, there are now a few different categories. There are the underage categories, which are sometimes under 15, the 10, and there are the beginner and the open category. Uh, I now compete in the under 15 category. Oh yeah, and also there's the female category, but sometimes they don't have that yet. But in
Oh,
each category, you give skater gets 45 seconds to do any
mhm.
trick they want in the skate park, and they need to do their best. And the people with the best tricks and the best score wins.
So do you
But
like
also
have a
there's
signature? Sorry, go on, please.
also there's a category called best trick, which is sometimes they would find a specific spot to for example, the rail. You need to do. They give in like 1 minute, and everybody can compete, and they have to do tricks in the rail. But the one that has the best tricks win. Yeah.
So now that's what I was about to ask. So you do tricks, right? Is there any signature trick that you have? Like, hey, this is my trick. I'm sure there must be some sort of a
Yes.
signature move.
Yes, this is actually rarely done by people, which is called the varial flip, which is you do one thing that's called a shove it. And how do I say it?
Take your time, show
The
it.
trick is basically like flipping your board like this and
Okay.
like this at the
Uh-huh. So the one that, okay, you just jump off it, you flip it, and then you do okay, so good. And is that like your
you
favorite
do.
trick or something else?
That's my favorite trick, and probably the
But
hardest trick.
I'm sure you'll be doing more, but as time goes by, we'll be seeing a lot. I was watching your videos, and I think somebody just called you. They said you're all about speed, and I don't know why they said that, but would you want to tell us why do they say something like that?
Well, maybe because there are two types of tricks. There are transition tricks and street tricks. The
Okay.
transition are using something called the quarter and the banks. The street
Mhm.
tricks are using the rails, the ledges. But for the all about the speed thing is when I need to do my transition tricks, which is um, it's basically a quarter is basically like a wall, but it's like bend it down so you can like go down it through it, and you basically need to do tricks on that quarter, and you need a lot of speed to do that, or else you'll fall, of course. So
Okay,
I guess that's what
so it's that one where you go up and down, and that's what you call what do you call that? I'm sorry.
the ramps.
So
The
those are the
ramps.
ramps, right? And that is that the one you're talking about for those people who do
Yeah.
not understand the technical words. Okay,
Yes.
very well. So no, it's interesting. So there are not a lot of female in your sport. There are not a lot of girls who take up the sport, right? Or is it
Well, in
changing?
Jakarta, In Jakarta, when I first started skating in Jakarta, there are rarely females that skate. In one like massive skate park, I would probably be the only one, be the only female there skating. But I guess now, ever since I compete in everything, there are starting to be a lot more females that are joining this skateboarding sport, and I'm very happy about that. Although outside of Jakarta, there are already so many female skateboarders out there that I really look up to.
Oh, no, and I'm glad you brought that up as well, because one of my questions would be, is there anybody you really look up to? Is there anybody you really look up to as a skater?
Of course, there's this one female skater from Japan too, actually. Her name is
Hmm.
Sky. I really look up to her because she was actually one of the first skaters that I saw and made it me wanted to skate too. And I think I would always look up tricks looking. Oh wait, I would always look at her tricks and really like want to do that.
Have you met her?
No, sadly,
No,
I
have
wish
you
though.
tried messaging her? Have you tried telling her, hey, I'm coming for you?
Uh, Not yet, but I really do hope one day that I can see her. My close friend
Lovely.
actually has seen. Yeah.
Uh-huh. How old is she? I mean, forgive my ignorance, but
Sky Brown is what? Oh, 12. 12. Yeah, 12.
woo. So
12.
she's just about, so she is your inspiration and peer in a sense that you're in the same category. Lovely. See, that's the beauty about being young. You will have to appreciate good talent for what it is and not be
Yeah.
jealous of it. That shows a lot of maturity in you. And yeah, it's a wonderful thing. I have a lot of things that I want to ask you, but something that I saw. I mean, I said hi to mum a bit earlier, so I see that your mum is there with you in all your events. You were in Delhi this year, but yes, did you attend the Global Child Prodigy Awards this year in Delhi?
Oh, wait. Oh, actually, no.
No, you didn't. You didn't. Okay, good. But your mother sort of accompanies you for all your events and everything.
Yes, every time. I never go skating alone, actually, because, of course, my young age, my mother would always
Yes,
still be
sure.
there. Although the places that I skate in will always have the coaches that will actually protect me, but I will still need her because
Absolutely.
sometimes the kid emotions are still unstable and I can like get bad mood every time. Yeah,
It's
so she's
okay.
just to always be there to cheer me on every time I have bad mood when I skate. So
No, it's beautiful to have your mom around at your age. I think it is the right thing to do. And the funny thing is, you're old enough to say that you're a kid still, and it shows a lot of heart. Yeah, a lot of kids would not say, "Hey, I'm just still a kid," and but I see a lot of poise in you, and it's beautiful. So, is there anything your mom tells you before every event? She just wants you to enjoy your sport, or she says, "Go for it, win it." Uh, you know.
always the person to tell me just to enjoy what I'm doing, to never really think about winning. She always tells me to only do the best that I can do. And winning, I think, is just like being lucky for me. Yeah.
Oh, no, give credit to yourself. So who is tougher on you when you have a very tight competition? Is it your coach or your mom?
Um,
Ah, mom's at
my
the back. I know. Yeah.
so
Yeah, good, good, good. No, so the mom's more tougher on you, right? When it comes to a strong fight. Very nice. Credit to your mom for all that she's doing for you and being supportive of all that you're doing. Um, I have something really to ask. Getting to Asian Games 2018, I've had that in my head. I wanted to ask you for quite some time. How did you get there? What was the whole process like for you to get there?
So I had a friend that told me there are going to be selections on the athletes for Asian Games. So when he told my mother that, my mother actually didn't tell me yet. But after she told me, I was like, I want to do this. Like, I need to get it. So after that, I really committed to my mother and my coaches, and I told them I really want this. So yeah, after that, I really just focused on that, and I went for it. I just kept practicing every day, harder than everybody else, and then when it was time for the selection, I was there, probably, yeah, the youngest there. There were five other females. Oh wait, only two other
So,
females. Oh wait, there are 12 other females. Yeah, there are 12 other
okay.
females. And when I competed there, I don't know, I wasn't really expecting much when I was there. I just knew I wanted to be there and show the judges that even though I didn't get in, I was still going to be strong and be me. But when it was time for me to go, I just really forgot about my nervousness and I went for it as normal. And then I waited for a few days to give the score, and the ones who are picked to be the athlete. I think the few days I was waiting, I was actually still very anxious because I think I couldn't sleep for like a few days. But when it was time to pronounce who is in the team, I was very shocked when I knew that I got in. And then I think
Very
after that,
well.
my life, yeah.
Lovely. So, yeah, I like, you just sort of so poisely said, I was anxious and I'm sure you got in. And what happened after that? How was the whole journey after that?
After that, we were all recruited and we are told on what our current our our practicing is going to be after that.
Okay.
So my mother went to the meeting with the one wait. So my mother went to the meeting and
Hmm.
my mother actually asked if she could be with me around my quarantine to practicing for the Asian Games. And they they told my mother that she can, and of course I said of course that my mother should be still with me throughout my quarantine as this athlete. So after that, we all rounded up, and the first few days it was just going to the skate park and still going back to our own homes. But after after a few days doing that, we were all recruited and said to stay in a hotel together. So after that, it's really
Hmm.
just that in the hotel. I think we were in the hotel for like 6 months. Yeah, for 6 months, just in a
Six
hotel
months. Yeah.
with my fellow athlete athlete friends. That's why we all grew so close with each other. But one other female athlete that was also with me was actually the friend that I had ever since I started skateboarding. So we grow even closer through that.
Lovely. And how was the whole experience? Was the country receptive of you? I'm sure your friends and family were, but how did Indonesia react to, you know, Aliqqa? How did they react?
Well, I think everybody I knew about everybody I knew, I told them about me competing in Asian Games and actually knowing that I was being the youngest. They were all very, very shocked. And
That's a good
they
thing.
were yeah, they were all just there being very supportive. And after that day, after me being the youngest athlete, I was very happy that many people actually asked me to take like photos.
Oh,
And
lovely. Yeah.
I was very happy because I don't know, I used to be someone that wasn't really known in my school. But after that, when I was an athlete, the whole school actually I think knew me, which I was very happy and shocked of. So I think being an athlete in the youngest athlete in Asian Games is just very unforgettable. Yeah,
You're breaking a lot of barriers. Youngest, I mean, being a female, which should not matter in this day and age, but it does matter. So, it's all wonderful things to do. But again, there's another life that you have, right? You have to go to school. You have to, right? How do you balance all of that?
well, it was very hard to make time for that too in my practice because I basically practice like day and night. But I guess around like 12 until 6, I have a break time to eat and do whatever we want. That's the time where I really do my homework and my studying. But after that, it's really just all practicing. Yeah.
Lovely. So you split enough time between work, I mean, your school and practice. You're able to balance it on a. Is there any time that you felt like school is falling behind or they have been supportive?
Of course, but well, I guess I would say my school Estek of Kupu is very understanding, and
Hmm.
they really let let me go through this without like needing too much good grades. They really would be very acceptable on, I guess I would say, my average grades, because after all
Should I
of
ask how
my
much was your average? Yeah. No, I was going to ask how much was your average, but do you want to say it?
oh it's fine. I think 100 it would be like 75 or something.
Hey,
Yeah, but
that is not bad. That's, in fact, it's very good. It's much more
uh,
than what I would have got.
but after my like my 6 months break from school, I was very behind from everybody. But they were very kind because they were all very willing to like slow down and help me to understand what they're doing now.
Very well, very well. So you've got an active school life going on. You're balancing that. You've got the whole tours and you've got the training and everything that's going on. Now you've moved to another country, so there's a lot of nice, young, fresh things happening in your life. Is there anything that you want to do in the next 2, 3 years? Say, hey, I want to be in this circuit. I want to be competing with these sort of people, because most people you're competing with are at least twice older than you right now. Yeah. Is there any destination that you have? By 15 I want to do this, by 20 I want to do this? Is there anything like that?
Well, I guess in a few years, I really want to be like the Japanese skaters because the Japanese skaters are like I would say way more skilled than
Okay.
Indonesian skaters, but because a lot of very good skaters come from Japan, even Sky Brown is from Japan, and I really want to be like them. And now living in their industry, I really hope I can learn from them because now in every skate park are these very, very good Japanese kids that I will always look up to. And I hope to be like them one day.
Lovely. No, you're very modest for all that you've done and achieved, and you will continue to achieve, which is a very nice thing. And that is a sign of you being grounded to your belief and going after what you think is right. So it's a very good thing. I hope you continue to be the person you are. I have to ask you this. What did it feel like when Global Child Prodigy called you and said, hey, we're going to take you as one of the 100 prodigies, children prodigies of the year? What did it feel like? Because this is a very unique award.
I was, of course, very happy at first, and I was also very surprised because there are actually way, way more skaters that are probably better than I am right now. So I was very shocked when I knew I was the chosen one. I couldn't believe it actually at first. Yeah. And it was a very big honor, and yes. I'm very thankful for the appreciation.
I'm glad you said it's not often it's about skill alone, Aliqqa. It's more about the circumstances that you arise from, you know, and the circumstances that you have and the number of people you have inspired along the way is exactly why you're here as a prodigy. And credit to your family for being as supportive as they are. You're just 11, and I'm sure there are miles and miles and miles for you to go, and you will cover a lot more milestones. But I have to ask you this: have you ever thought about visiting India? Yeah,
Not
mom's got
yet,
to
but
say yes. I know mom is saying no. Yes, you should go to India someday. But
well, we haven't been planning to go there, especially on what has been going on through this time of
yeah,
year.
sure.
I really do hope one day we get to go there. And we are actually a family that really likes to travel, so I think we would go
Yeah.
anywhere.
So is there any place that you want to go right now, but you're not able to go? Is there any place there like that? In an ideal world, without the pandemic, of course. Is there any place that you
Uh,
want to go?
our next door neighbor, which is Korea, which is yeah, Korea. Because I really like K-pop, and I really like their industry too, because
Sure.
I think also because that we're now living in Japan, it's actually very easy to go there. So I hope one day I could go there and like try everything there.
No, I sincerely hope you go to Korea. It's yeah, it's a fascinating country. One last thing that I'd like to ask you, right? You've spoken about, what sort of levels you want to compete at, where you want to go, right? If you were not into skating, what do you think would have caught your attention?
Actually, many people don't know is before I was into skating, I was I was taking ballet lessons, and
Aha.
from 3 years old, but I had to stop that because I was an athlete and committing to both is very hard.
Yeah.
But now with my new life here in Japan, I'm really going back to dancing, but it's now I'm learning more modern dancing, which I really enjoy. And I think I would definitely be a dancer if I wouldn't be a skater.
Lovely. So has ballet contributed to your sport in terms of anything like balance and things like that? Has it contributed in any way?
Yes, because skateboarding is a sport that many boys do and
Sure.
rare girls. I think a lot of the girls that do it are a little bit more like tomboy, and I think my dancing and my ballet is really like balancing that, so I can still be
Yeah.
a girly girl do a sport that are for boys. So
Lovely. No, you are absolutely, clear for your age and where this is a boy sport and you're breaking the molds and barriers there. It's super lovely. Aliqqa, before I let you go, I just need to ask you. You've spoken about parents and all of that. Is there anything that you would like to tell somebody out there, a kid like you, even adults like your parents, about what you've achieved? And if there's any kid out there who does not have the opportunity, maybe they should have the opportunity. Is there anything you'd like to tell them?
well, I think I really want everybody to know, just be yourself and do what you want to do, and don't let anybody force you to do something that you don't want to do. Really believe in yourself, because if you really believe in yourself, nothing is impossible. Really, you can do anything you want. But really, what skateboarding has taught me is when I fall, I need to get back up again until I
Sure.
really get to my goals and my dreams come true. And really, it's just to never give up on what you love and just keep going. No matter how hard it is, you will get there someday.
Oh, so nice of you. So believe in what you do, believe in yourself. It's very nice of you to say that. Aliqqa, it was lovely talking to you over the last 30 minutes. And I think you are an absolute inspiration. May you continue to cross many more milestones. And your best wishes to your parents and the family. And I hope you continue to stay safe in these times. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us. And we look forward to you continuing to inspire us. Thank you, Aliqqa.
Thank you too. Thank you for having me today.
All right, then. So, to all you guys out there, this is Aliqqa Noverry here with us. And catch us again tomorrow at 1 p.m. with another prodigy of the year. And dive into their lives, understand what's going on in their heads at this very young age, and how they're doing what they're doing at this very young age. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 1 p.m. again. Take care there. Bye bye.